Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode of Brosters. Um, Today I'm gonna give you news regarding the world around the Chiefs, and the Chiefs being right now. There's this current article which I pulled up obviously here, show you guys to tell you guys about. So this news source or this news from ESPN is regarding Chiefs Rashee Rice, and which slanders to police and on charges of for a crash, and then in Glen Heights, Texas, Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver Rashee Rice surrendered to police on Thursday on charges including aggravated assault after he and another driver of a speeding sports car allegedly caused a crash involving half a dozen vehicles on a Dallas highway last month. And then a spokeswoman for Rice's attorney, Texas State Senator Royce West, confirmed to the Associated Press on Thursday evening that Rice turned himself in to the Glen Heights Police Department. Rice was booked into the regional jail in DeSoto, and West said he was released on bond Thursday night. And then it says, in a mailed statement, West emphasized what he called Rice's continued cooperation with law enforcement. Mr. Rice acknowledges his actions and feels deeply for those injured as a result of this incident, the lawyer said. Okay, and then on Wednesday, Dallas police said arrest warrants have been issued for Rice, 23, for one count of aggravated assault, one count of collision involving serious bodily injury, and 6 counts of collision involving injury. West said previously that Rice was driving a Lamborghini sport utility vehicle when the crash happened March 30th, 2024. UMC wide receiver Terry Connox, 21, he was 21 years old, was driving the other speeding sports car, a Corvette, police said. Arrest warrants were issued for him on the same range of counts for as Rice. Dallas police said Thursday night was that Connox was not currently in custody. And then SMU said earlier that day, that after learning about the arrest warrants, Connox had been suspended from his football team. And then Connox's attorney, Dedra Grant, said her client was cooperating with law enforcement, and police have alleged that Rice and Connox were speeding in the far left lane when they lost control, and the Lamborghini traveled into the shoulder, hitting the center median wall, causing a chain collision. Rice and Connox allegedly left following the crash without determining whether anyone needed medical attention or providing their information. According to police, 4 people involved in the crash had minor injuries, police said. Rice said last week on social media that he was taking full responsibility for his part in the wreck. And then it says Rice grew up in Fort Worth, suburb of North Richland Hills, and he played college football at nearby SMU, where breakout senior season in 2022 and put him on the radar for NFL teams. And then the Chiefs, and obviously the Chiefs, as in Kansas City themselves, selected him in the second round of last year's draft. If you watched it, and he has become one of the few dependable options in their passing game. The Associated Press contributed to this report. So yeah, and that's all regarding him from ESPN. But yeah, this is not very good for the Chiefs or for Rashee Rice. But yeah, the Chiefs, they have a lot to deal with. Yeah, well, there's so much news. There's even Fox News saying Chiefs star kicker Harrison Butker credits prayer on the sidelines for mental fortitude. And or there's another one, but this one's about Manchester United. There's another one that says Steelers are an absolute threat to Patrick Mahomes' Chiefs in the AFC thanks to Russell Wilson's arrival. Well, let's check it out. It sounds interesting. So, the Pittsburgh Steelers, with the recent acquisition of quarterback Russell Wilson, have positioned themselves in a formidable contender in the AFC, and potentially challenging the dominance of Patrick Mahomes is Kansas City Chiefs. So far, other than the Ravens, the Bills, and the Dolphins, not many can claim to give a tough competition to the 4-time Super Bowl champions. But now change is in the air, of course. And then on a recent episode of ESPN's First Take, analyst Sam Echo agreed that the Steelers' well-rounded team dynamics will bolster their threat level in the AFC. And it is not just because of Wilson. According to him, he might have been the missing piece all along in an already good team. And then it says underneath that Russell Wilson's complete team is an absolute threat in the AFC. And then Echo highlighted the Steelers' compulsive strength across all aspects of the game, offense, defense, and special teams, as a crucial factor in their elevated status. Think about this. Pointed out during his analysis. Even think about KBW on special teams, one of the best special teams players in the NFL. The Steelers' prowess is not limited to just one aspect of the game, but extends across the board. Then go to defense, as he announced. We already talked about T.J. Watt, as saying in this article. Hasn't mentioned guys like Micaiah Fitzpatrick or some of the additions they have gotten in free agency as well, of course, because we know. And then he also claimed all of a sudden you plug in quarterback, then you already have the head coach. It definitely makes Pittsburgh an absolute threat in the AFC, because all of the pieces they have when it comes to being a complete team, the Steelers' strategic assembly of talent combined with strategic leadership on their coaching staff positions them not just as competitors, but as a credible threat to the re- region regioning regaining AFC champions. And that's of course that. And then it also says, however, it's not just I was rooting for Wilson, even though hard to please. Stephen A. Smith said Wilson joining the Steelers could mean better things ahead for the squad. And then Stephen A. Smith obviously defends Wilson from Sharpay's attack. Stephen A. Smith and Simone Sharpay clashed in a spirited debate on First Take following Russell Wilson's decision to sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. The exchange quickly escalated, with Smith criticizing Sharpay for his TP'd response to the news. Sharpay likened Wilson's availability to a high disruptive single woman in the dating scene. Availability to the highly describable single woman in the dating scene, of course. I don't get it. And then there's obviously a news article, or there's the Twitter take called First Take. Obviously, you can watch that if you want to. And then he also retorted, "I can give it to you like this. He's on the market no matter how fine a chick is. If she's on the market, what does that tell you?" He continued to illustrate his point. That tells you that someone didn't want her doesn't mean I shouldn't. Smith fired back, defending the potential that Wilson still holds despite being available. Then it goes on to be as the intensity of the debate cooled, Smith questioned whether Wilson represented a significant upgrade for the Steelers from Kenny Pickett. Sharpay, sticking to his guns, used another colorful analogy to express his skepticism. Belinga in the upgrade over polka dotted meat. I don't want either one of them, though, he concluded, with such high praise from an analyst like ACO. Defense from Smith. The expectations for the Steelers this season are notably high, and fans and commentators are eager to see if the I don't know how you would say that word. Anyways, the combination of seasoned players and fresh talent, underpinned by Wilson's leadership, will propel Pittsburgh to the forefront of the AFC. So, I'll let you guys take that in. What you guys think of that? I mean, for the Chiefs, I think that Pittsburgh are a threat. Pittsburgh is a threat. But the Chiefs, we are Super Bowl champions, baby. We have been for the last, 4 years? 4 times? Let's hope we can make it fifth time, 5 times. I think we can do it. I think Patrick and the team can definitely make it to the Super Bowl and make it through this season. They're family, bruh. And with the power of family, you can get through anything, bruh. It's true. You can. I don't know why some people think without family you can't get through stuff. You can. The Chiefs are like family. And then there's also, it says here, news about Joe Burrow's Cincinnati Bengals and Kansas City Chiefs. So, you could get all, if you want to watch read about the Bengals, you can, or again about the Bengals, and then his on the Chiefs Bengals rivalry, and like we're the kind built to beat them. Like I don't, you're never gonna beat us. I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything. I mean, there's also this. It says husband of Kansas City Chiefs cheerleader who had died of sepsis after stillbirth speaks out. I don't think that's really that much related. I mean, it is related to the Chiefs, but also not. Like, I'm talking about, like, I'm wanting specific news. I don't know why they're not giving. Okay, there we go. I searched for the Chiefs news for today. Okay. And then there's this article which I found called, starts like this. Watch, Chiefs wide receivers, Kadarius Toney, Marquez Brown work out with Patrick Mahomes. Like, what? First off, before we get into this article, if you think Kadarius Toney is good, fuck no. He is not. He is the worst. He literally drops balls all the time. To be honest, I think it would be better without him. Like, Toney, I mean, he's good sometimes. Okay, I will admit it, but like, he just sucks. I'm sorry, he just sucks so bad. I can't with that man. Seriously, for the love of God, why do we have to keep him on the team? I hope we don't, because we don't need people who drop balls. We need people who can catch balls, not drop them like idiots. I'm sorry for that language, but you know what I mean. Like, we need somebody who can keep on holding balls and not dropping them. And Kadarius Toney is definitely not our guy. Anyway, now getting into the article. The offseason highlights reels that have floated around the internet, giving fans a unique look at how players fit outside of the organization. The Kansas City Chiefs skill players have been featured in multiple videos, with another player appearing in a recent workout. And then the 2023 season for Kadarius Toney was not what many had projected for him in his first full season with Kansas City. The speedy receivers dropped passes, unenforced errors, and questionable moments on social media defined his year. Ironically, Toney is a part of a new social media movement, as he is featured in the Instagram story from his new teammate, Marquez Hollywood Brown, who is working out in Texas with Patrick Mahomes. And then there's obviously a photo of them like working out. Okay, and then Brown's post shows Toney for a brief second, like a brief second, indicating he is still in good standing with the reasoning Super Bowl MVP and possibly the Chiefs' offense. After speculation, it says here, regarding his future with the team following comments at Super Bowl media night. I think that says Super Bowl 58 or Super Bowl 50. I think that's Super Bowl 58. Yeah, last year's Super Bowl was the Super Bowl 2022 was Super Bowl 57. So yeah, this year's Super Bowl, or Super Bowl 2023 was Super Bowl 58. So I think that's what they're saying in this article, media night. And it is a promising sight to see Toney working ahead of the new season, it says here. Toney finished the 2023 season with 169 yards and a touchdown of 27 receptions. He missed multiple games, obviously due to a hip injury, thank God. And then with a healthy scratch throughout the post-season Super Bowl run. And then you can obviously, and that's it regarding that. and Tony. I'm like, I mean, no. Seriously, bro. Like, I don't know. I don't know if this would be. And then there's also this article from Chiefs Wire. Full Chiefs 7-round mock draft. Should Kansas City pick a Mizzou DB? Like, defensive back? I mean, like, Mizzou. Seriously? What? Why should we, from Kansas City, why should they pick someone from Mizzou? I mean, Mizzou is pretty good. I mean, Mizzou, I don't know. Maybe because it's in Missouri. Maybe it's because it's a college in Missouri that they want to pick somebody from Missouri. And then it says here the Kansas City Chiefs are known for their proficiency in finding young talent. With the 2024 NFL draft less than 2 weeks away, General Manager Brett Veach is sure to be hard at work figuring out his strategy for adding high ceiling prospects. Veach's decision to trade star defensive back Cladarius Sneed earlier in the offseason created a gaping hole in the back end of Kansas City's championship caliber defense. Without Sneed in the mix, obviously, they're saying, the Chiefs will rely on talented but unproven young cornerbacks to play with Trent McDuffie and Justin Reed in the secondary. Luckily for Veach, there are a handful of defensive backs who should be available late in the first round of the draft to fill the big shoes left by Sneed. Better yet, 2 of the top quarterbacks in the class played just down the road from the Arrowhead Stadium in Columbia, Missouri. Okay, and then it says, take a look at the full 7-round mock draft to see how Kansas City might be able to add one of the elite Mizzou cornerbacks later this month. First round 1, pick 32, Missouri DB, defensive back, Ernest Jr. Ernest Jr. I'll just call him that. He is among the most polished cornerbacks in the 2024 class, and would immediately play a role in Kansas City in Steve Springer. I don't know how you'd say this. Anyway, defense. While some fans might prefer the Chiefs to add a wide receiver with number 32 pick, his selection could give the Kansas City a turnkey replacement for Snead while leaving room to draft a pass catcher later in the draft. Second pick, South Carolina wide receiver Xavier Lackey, Lackey is the Chiefs' best bet if Veach decides to wait until the second round to draft a receiver. Though he might not be the first year starter like Restraw, but he could have plenty of room to develop in Kansas City's new look receiving troops, and may blossom into a rookie star if injuries force him to see significant action in Andy Reid's offense. Number 3 pick, round 3, pick 95, Notre Dame OL Blake Fisher. Fisher is a high floor player who developed beef up who could beef up the Chiefs' front five. He may need some time to develop under the offensive line coach, Andy Heck, before seeing action. But if his performance at Notre Dame is any indication, he has the makings of a rock-solid tackle prospect. That sounds pretty good. Pick 131. Round 4, pick 131. Louisville RB. Isaac Gornangelo something. Gornangelo's testing at the NFL 2024 NFL Combine, but nothing short of a straw dropping. By standing out in Indianapolis, he put himself on the map as a boom or burst running back prospect with the tools to become a breakout star. If Veach manages to bring him to Kansas City to pair with Isaiah Pacheco, the Chiefs' running game could become the main attraction at Arrowhead Stadium next season. And then round 5, pick 159, Rice wide receiver Luke McCafferty. The Chiefs would be wise to add a second wide receiver in the later draft to ensure that they have depth in the position deep into the 2024 season. By selecting Luke McCafferty, the son of Denver Broncos legend Ed McCafferty and the brother of San Francisco 49ers star Christian McCafferty, in the 5th round, Kansas City gains a pass catcher with the prodigy in the world and the talent to make a difference at the next level. Round 5, pick 173, Illinois TD tight end Tip Riemann. Riemann isn't a perfect tight end prospect, but the Chiefs aren't looking for a starter at the position. Instead, Kansas City should look to add a developmental pass catcher who can learn from Travis Kelce and compete for playing time in 2025. Riemann is a great candidate to give Noah Gray rise in relevance in the Chiefs offense if Veach picks him with the 173 selection. And then round 7, pick 221, Missouri LB Tyrone Hopper. Veach as another Mizzou prospect here in the 7th round to complete Kansas City's 2024 draft class. Hopper would need a year or two to get acclimated with Steve Spurlongolo's, I think that's how you actually say his last name, system, but could become a game-changing presence in the middle of the Chiefs' defense if given enough time to develop. And that's basically everything for this article. But yeah, what do you guys think? I mean, I think Kansas City in general has a great chance at this. Like Kansas City, we are really good, and I think I'll continue to watch as what happens with the Chiefs. But I mean, I would give the Chiefs the benefit of a doubt. Oh, did you guys hear about the potential of the move from Kansas City for the Chiefs. I really don't hope. I really hope they don't move because, well, if they do, because like they bring so much prospect for. They bring so much talent. Like I mean, like having them move would be the worst decision they could make. When I mean them, I mean as in like the town of, well, Kansas City. Okay. I'm going to actually read you this article. So, by me reading this article, I'm obviously taking away my viewfinder. And what I mean by that is I was using my phone to, view what's going on behind the camera. Because I'm using back camera. I'm not using my phone screen itself. I guess I could have not moved it. Alright, man. It was right here. Never mind. I'll put my viewfinder back so I can see what's going on the screen. But yeah. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Okay, that's way too wide. Okay, no, that's way too zoomed. Okay, that's good. Alright. Anyways, sorry about that, guys. It took me a long time to get my viewfinder adjusted so I can actually see what's going on behind the screen. Okay. This article is from Newsbreak. If you guys heard of that app. And it says Kansas City mayor has shocking message about the Chiefs' future. And we can go to the publisher's website right here. Okay. So this takes us to into the actual article page, and it says the Kansas City Chiefs may not be in Kansas City for much longer. In a crazy NFL story, the Chiefs front office has been making many statements about their openness to explore moving out of the state after a vote in Jackson County did not go in their favor. The organization has been vocal about the possibility of moving out of Kansas City. While there have been many whispers about a potential relocation, the mayor of Kansas City has now made a public statement on the whole story. Mayor of Kansas City addresses a potential relocation, saying, despite all the rumors of this crazy story, the Kansas City mayor, Quinton Lucas, wants all fans to know that he has heard the rumors and is doing everything in his power to make sure the Chiefs don't go anywhere. And then they put in what he actually says. He said, I hear rumors, including even from the mayor of Dallas. Kansas City don't believe the noise. We are committed to retending our teams with vastly lower expenses. Think the needed infrastructure build out than even an metro move. Both teams will be in KCMO in 2024 and long after, Lucas wrote via Pro Football Talk. While he clearly understands that this is a very real threat of relocation, he wants the fans to know that at the moment the team is not going anywhere, and he'll do everything everything he can to keep it that way. And then the Chiefs owner, Clark Hunt, is a bit ridiculous in like the sense that The Arrowhead Stadium could easily be financed by him. Like, seriously, he could finance it already. But, like, no. And then there's another thing included in this article, within this article, saying wife of Royals, owner says the Chiefs are already done with Jackson County. And it says, while Lucas is convinced he can keep the team in Kansas City, the wife of Kansas City Royals owner Manny Sherman thinks that the Chiefs are already done with the city. She took to social media right after the results of the vote came out and said this was the final straw and that, well, at least one of these teams out of the state. Unfortunately, neither team will work with Jackson County again, as they said. The lack of leadership has lost the city two treasured assets, and we will be lucky if both teams wound up in Kansas. Lucas may just be saying this to try and quiet the noise, as many reports have come out already that these threats of relocation are very real. What is crazy is that the Chiefs are in the middle of a dynasty while this is going down. The team is coming off back-to-back championships and going for their third straight into this upcoming season. It is unimaginable that this team would be playing anywhere else, but it could become a real reality if the organization wants to move across state lines. We will have to wait and see what Chris Hunt and the organization wants to do in the near future. While Lucas thinks he can make it work to keep the team in the city, many reports would argue that. And obviously there's another article that's related. Wife of Royals owner says Kansas City Chiefs Royals are done. Obviously we've already read that. And then this goes about the partners. That's pretty much everything regarding this article. What you guys think? Like I said, my opinion is I hope they don't leave Kansas City. Them or the Royals. But, this is going to be very, very hard for the Chiefs. We're going to just have to watch and see what happens. But my hope is that they don't leave Kansas City because they're called the Kansas City Chiefs, goddammit. What would they be called if they were to move over to Kansas themselves? If they moved over to Kansas City, Kansas, they could still call themselves the Kansas City Chiefs, technically, because, well, they're still in Kansas City, just not on the Missouri side. They're in the Kansas side of Kansas City, Kansas, which makes no sense. It never made sense to me why there had to be both a Kansas City, Missouri, and then a Kansas City, Kansas. What is the point of having two different Kansas cities? I guess that's because the state line separates Kansas City, or Kansas and Missouri. And, they thought, oh, Missouri has a Kansas City. So why can't Kansas have a Kansas City, too? And I guess that's what they decided to do. But I still kind of find that stupid that the both states have to have the same sort of, city. I guess it would make sense if if the Chiefs had to move, that they go to Kansas City, Kansas, because, well, it'd still technically be in Kansas, and in Kansas City, it wouldn't be on the Missouri side, though. But I think that would be weird for people if instead of going to the Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri, they'd have to go to the stadium in Kansas City, Kansas. That'd be very weird if that actually happened. But it'd be good for the Kansas side, because then I guess they'd get more people, because then we would attract more people. Or the state of Kansas would would get more people here because, well, the Chiefs would be here. Oh no, man, though. I really hope they don't move. But anyways, that's really what I got for you. Like, yeah, that's really what I got. Anyways, this video is already kind of long. It's already hit 40 minutes, but or 40 minutes, yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.